Greetings, it's again Wiki 3 time, and today we are going to continue our Ironman run in Ethiopia. It's the 16th of July 1889, and I will say that things right now are going very well. In the last two episodes I focused mainly on the economy of the Empire of Ethiopia, and as you can see there have been significant progresses because now our rank is 27. The GDP is the 19th in the world with more than 14 millions. Literacy, this is something that honestly we should try to improve. I will talk about this later when I will take a look at the laws. And then we have standard of living. It's not one of the best, I will say. It could also be improved. But on the other hand, if we take a look at the continent, we are still in the green area, let's say. So of course there are greener areas in the continent, but those are the countries that are under the control of the European countries. The population is 8.20 million. We still experience a pop growth, and yeah, we are 18 in the world. Now coming to the laws, as you can see, one very big important change that we managed to introduce is in the distribution of power. Now we have landed voting, and this significantly changed how things now work, because if we go to the government you will see that now we have parties, and luckily we have the Liberal Party at the government, which will help us to industrialize the country further. And because of this, of course, now we are a constitutional empire. We still have Tewodros Solomon ruling, and as you can see now he has reached the age of 98. He's living quite long, right? I think that there is an issue with Wiki 3 and the lifespan of the characters. Should he die, then the title will be inherited by Haile Melekot Solomon, who is also old, by the way, because he's already 66. Another thing I wanted to show you back to the laws is that education system. As you can see right now, we have no schools. And this is the reason why our literacy is still not growing significantly, even though we have already 4 universities in the empire. The problem here is that we cannot pass any of the laws related to the education system. It would be quite easy to pass the law for having private schools, and it will be actually nice. As you can see, there is 31% of cloud around that and only 7% against. So that's why I'm confident we will be able to pass this law. We will have 31% of chances every 180 days. The problem here is that we cannot pass this law. We cannot try to introduce this law because this requires that we change something here in the church and state. Because right now we have state religion, and we will need to change this either to freedom of conscience or total separation. But as you can see, this is basically not possible because most of the people will oppose this change, and we will easily go into a revolution if we will try to pass one of these laws. Landowners are against that, rural folk are against that, of course the church is against that, so this is not going to be easy. Right now we are bolstering the intelligentsia. Maybe we could try to remove this and start suppressing the landowners. By the way, something that helps us at least in this direction is the fact that now we have censorship. This is another law that in this case I was forced to introduce, but I am not too unhappy with this because, as you can see, this basically improved the suppression and the bolster stat. So I will assume that now if we try to suppress the landowners, this should be more effective because we have the censorship enabled. I think we can just remove the pause and see how things develop. We need to improve our weapons, our technologies, and of course the production of weapons within the country. Of course, now that we managed to also open up the Ethiopian Empire to the market, we could also trade the weapons, but you can imagine that if in the future we will have, for example, to fight against France, it will be very easy for them to raid our convoys and destroy our supply of weapons. That's why we need to become more independent when it comes to maintaining the infrastructure and maintaining our weapon industry, basically. Also, we could consider expanding further in our strategic region. Maybe we can speed up the process here with Velega by expelling the diplomats. And now we can declare war against Velega. Very good. Let's do it. I hope they will back down and simply accept to be annexed to our territories. Let's see. Borana decided also to join them, so let's conquer also Borana. We should be able to defend the front against Borana, and then we can push against our main opponent. Ah, but there is also Wello joining them. This will give us a lot of infamy, so let's do one thing. Let's add the war reparation to Wello. Now we can try to push against Wello with 2 generals, as we manage here in Velega. Even though we have 19 of offense and they have 21 of defense. We have the capitulation of Velega, very good. So 1 territory we have already annexed it. Now we are defending with all our generals, because we are generally better at defense than attack. I could actually already propose a peace deal. Let's try. We managed in the end to conquer Amara, which was at least one of the goals. For Borana and Wello, we will take care of that separately. Let's take some time to recover, also to let the infamy decrease, collect some gold again and continue developing our economy, and then we can see. But here, wait, what's going on? Diplomatic play in Nile. This is France versus Egypt. This is an interesting war, to be honest. Let me move a little bit in the direction of Egypt and Spain. I want to see if they offer me something if we move against France. Because if we will have the chance to include something here, that will not be too bad to increase our reserve of coal. Attempt to sway. They offer an obligation. Decline. I don't want an obligation. I want some state. Darfur is also joining them. Proposal of an alliance with Wello. Decline. What I could do in parallel is to declare a separate war to France. But we already know how it will go. France is confident, by the way, even though, I mean, right now the opponent have more mobilized battalions and they also have a larger navy. And I think at this point I will have to declare neutrality. We will be affected, by the way, by this war, because we have a number of trade routes with Egypt, and if they will be busy in this war, we might see a decrease of goods coming from there. Let's try to pass the law for the restricted child labor. So we had elections again, and the Liberal Party won again with a massive margin, so this is of course a good news. We have the chance to reform the government, but probably we will not do it. Yeah, exactly. I think we will never really be able to fight against France for the problem of the raid on the convoys and our dependency from the market for sustaining our economy. Right now we have a number of trade routes for coal, for steel. Discord within the Oriental Orthodox Church. An influential faction within the Oriental Orthodox Church has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of restricted child labor. Themselves in favor of the law, they have now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. With their support, the bill shall pass, and we go up to 23.9% in the enacting chance. Very good. And we have a problem of authority. Why is that? We have a lack of authority because now it seems that we have, Haile Melekot Solomon, so our ruler died. Now of course we have this minus 25 of popularity because we have a new emperor of Ethiopia. And I have to figure out by checking here the authority, because I was surprised that we have lost authority all of a sudden. I canceled the road maintenance in Gondar because it has higher Ethiopian market access than Amara, but yeah, now we are positive again with the authority, and we keep suppressing in this way the landowners. This is really important because, as you can see now, the cloud reduced significantly around the landowners, and this is good because maybe at some point we will have the possibility to pass the law for the freedom of conscience. And the new heir is born. They should find better way to inform, like it should be an event, in my opinion, the death of the previous ruler and when a new heir is born. It should not be just a little pop-up. So the heir is this little boy, Negasi Solomon. And unfortunately, we didn't manage to pass the law for the restricted child labor. So we will need to have another round of consultation, and the success went down to 14%. I have applied several changes to our production method and infrastructure used for several industries. So let's see what's the impact there. I think we should be good for the moment. We need more transportation, of course, now. Fine. Let's take a look at the country with the low market access. So maybe we can go in Gondar first of all, and in Amara. Steam donkey unlocked. This could be used for coal mines, iron mines, lead mines, sulfur mines, logging camp. Let's take a look. Building, logging camp. Let's start from there. But it required then more engine and more coal, things that we currently don't have. We are trying to build our first motor industries. For the moment, let's not change it. Let's give it a last try with the restricted child labor. Then we will try to remove the slavery, and then maybe we can try to change the law for the citizenship. Maybe we can follow this order. And if I will not manage to pass this law, I will move directly to banning slavery. If I will manage to pass the law for banning the slavery, I think that will dramatically increase our economy, because then it means that we will have a lot of extra taxes. I mean, slaves do not pay taxes, right? So the moment they will start paying taxes, we will have even more income. We failed to pass once again restricted child labor, so let's try to pass the law for slave trade, for banning the slave trade. I mean, there is still more opposition than support, but at least only the landowners will be radicalized. And right now the landowners are already struggling because I am really suppressing them, having also the censorship in favor. So this is rapidly going down, 26%. We might try 20% of chances. Let's see if it immediately triggers a revolution. Seems not to be the case. Very good. Then let's try to focus on this law for the future. For today, I will actually end the episode here. We managed to include another state that belongs to the historical region of Ethiopia. And in the meantime, we made some other changes in the production method, and yeah, the economy keeps running. Right now, we are 26 in the rank. I hope that in the future we will manage to build our own engine and take care of our infrastructure all within the domestic market. Same for the weapons. We have to be independent in some key sectors, so to say, and for the others, yeah, we can still get them from the market. That should be, generally speaking, the idea. But let's see how things develop in the next episode. And of course, I hope to see you there. Should this be the case, guys, see you in the next video. Cheers.